Okay, got the last video uploaded to the computer and it's converting to low res as we speak. While I was waiting for that, I checked the scale length where we're at here. Anyway, yeah, I won't bore you with the details. Take your scale length guide, and that'll tell you where your nut line is. And I put a little. Alright, we're not even going to waste time trying to get close-ups with this camera. But yeah, I used the, where to go here? I used the X-Acto knife and marked where the nut line is supposed to be. And as you can see, it's not here, it's back here a little bit. Like I said, I think this had a roller nut on it, which means that the center of the center of the roller is your nut line, not the front edge of the roller nut assembly. So yeah, this has already been notched out more to accommodate a roller nut, which means that this saddle, where's the knee saddle? This is going to go like back here. And see, there's going to be that much gap between where the fingerboard ends and where the nut goes. So what I'm going to do, first thing I did was I used the chisel and a little baby hammer in order to knock out those two brass shims that were already in there from the last saddle. And there's the shims. So yeah, those are out. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I've got some 320 and I've got my leveling beam. And I'm going to come in here and just smooth this out because it's a little rough, you know, remnants of glue and finish and other things. So I'm just going to smooth that out. And then what I'm going to do is, I think the height with these guys is probably going to be pretty close to correct. So I'll go ahead and reinstall them with just a drop of CA glue, but I'm going to put them further back so that you can't see them, so they're totally hidden underneath the nut. But they're still going to be up on this front shelf part that's all flat here, because it's all flat back to where my finger is. There we go, it can focus. It just takes a while. Slow little camera. Okay, so yeah, don't lose it. Guess it needs something big to focus on, like a finger. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to take these guys. They're going to get moved from up here to like back there, and they're still going to be on the flat part, and there'll still be material here to put the screws in and things like that. Should be okay. This I don't think is going to be an issue, the truss rod hole. On some guitars, a wide cut can, you end up your screw hole is in the truss rod channel somewhere. It really sucks. And then you gotta rely heavily on the glue, or you can try to go through from behind. But yeah, so that's the general battle plan. Now as far as like finishing up this bit in here so that it looks nice, I'll probably just clean up this edge a little bit. I don't want to do too much because this is actually dyed rosewood, and if I start cutting away at this edge too much, then I'm going to cut back to brown and it won't be nice and red anymore. So yeah, I'll just kind of smooth that out a little bit, and like I said, I'm going to come in with some 320 and smooth this out a bit. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll just like go in with a Q-tip and some flat black maybe, in order to just kind of hide that little crevice. And by going with a flat black, it won't reflect any light, so it'll make it even less noticeable. And it's really going to be small. I mean, it's going to be about, not even as wide as this Allen wrench probably, is how wide the crack is. So maybe about where the screw is. That screw might even be more. Well, you can see, for a minute there, you could see there, Okay, if you can possibly see, there are two lines cut with the X-Acto knife. It's the right-hand line is the nut line. The left-hand line is an old line from the old nut, something. But yeah, the right-hand line, that line right there, that's the actual correct nut line. So there's going to be that much gap. So that's the basic battle plan, and let me do a little of that, like the sanding part, and I'll be back. So far, it's been about 5.5 minutes describing what I'm going to do, and you don't need to watch me sand. Okay, so here we are. Cleaned it up with the leveling beam and the 320, and everything's more or less flat now, both on the back end of the top end of this end, whatever the nut end of the fingerboard, and the place where the nut goes on the neck wood itself. They're both pretty flat and smooth now. Got a level surface to work with. I went ahead and you can see that little black mark there, and there's another one over there. That's where the nut line is. So yeah, it's going to look. Alright. Where did I put the nut? There we go. Yeah, it's going to look. There. Right about like that. This is what you're looking at. And as you can see, there's going to be some space in there, and I'm going to hit that up with some flat black, I think. And yeah, there's enough room for the screws and everything, so it's all looking good. So the next step is I'm going to go ahead and glue the little shims back in and check my height, make sure I'm good and don't need any more shim. I'm pretty sure it needs some shim though. So yeah, I'll add shim as necessary, and then I'll go ahead and spot glue this in, I guess you'd say, with a couple drops, and then mark it out for the holes and drill it. And, well, I already told you all that. So that's the next step. See you in a bit. Okay, looks like this thing is perfect just the way it is. You put that nut where it's supposed to be, and you use this in order to check the slot height, and it doesn't rock. It doesn't. If it rocked this way, then the nut would be too low. If you could set it down and wiggle it and the center move, but not either end, then the nut's too high, and this is just perfect. I'd like demonstrate, but I can't do that and hold the camera at the same time. So yeah, this is just perfect. I'm just going to put drop glue there and slap it on, and then mark out and drill in screws and such. I'll be back. Okay, so yeah, just a little. Come on, man, focus. Yeah, just a little drop of glue on each spot. Okay, it's in position and it's setting. There's just a little bit of squeeze out. I'm going to try to take it out with a bit of just printer paper. If you use like tissue, I'm afraid it would, if I tried to use tissue, I'm afraid it'd leave, like lint behind or something. So, yeah, come on camera, can you show us some squeeze out? There, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so yeah, a little bit of squeeze out. I'm not going to wait for this thing to focus. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. CA glue seems to be dried. I really probably should have done that paint before I put that thing in. Darn. Well, I can pop it off, or I can do it now. I think I'll do it now, see if I can maybe mask this off. And then get in there with the Q-tip. Mask this off, mask that off. Yeah. I'll be right back. The mark of a good luthier is their ability to recover from mistakes. Yeah, I'm going to mask off the front of the bridge here and kind of wrap the extra tape around it to protect it in general. And I'll mask like around here, this edge of the fingerboard, and I guess I'm going to need to mask right here at the neck too. So, be right back. And we're back, and we're all masked up. Got the front of the nut masked, got the side of the neck masked, got the fretboard masked. The only stuff we're going to paint is the bottom of that slot and this end of the fingerboard. And nothing else gets painted. And I found that fret rocker worked real good for getting in here and pushing the tape down and getting everything nice and clean and tight. So, let me go grab some paint, be right back. Okay, we're back. Time to get some paint going here. Already shook this stuff up, so just squirt a little bit. Alright, got some paint, got my Q-tip. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here. I'm just kind of dab in this slot. This is showing up. It's not wide enough. It's too wide. It won't fit. Okay, it's alright. I got a secret weapon. Hold on. Secret weapon. Mini paintbrushes. These are actually even minier than I thought they were. But yeah, these are little mini paintbrushes. So yeah, a lot smaller than the Q-tip. Let me get a little more paint going here and let me give it another shot. There we go. I can hold the phone with my left hand that way. And just come in and yeah, like that. It's working. Okay. So just come in like that. I just want to make sure I get a good coat in there. Now I got to do the end of the fretboard. It's going to be a little tricky, I think. At least, yeah, it's awfully dark. Okay, hold on. I need a light. That should be good enough, I guess. So my paint dried out. Still got some wet stuff. Sorry if my hand's in the way, but hey, I gotta get in there, right? So. Alright. This is probably going to be adequate. Just let that dry. It's all going to dry super flat, so yeah. And this is just $1 flat black paint from spray paint from Lowe's. Actually, you do this in like a less than $4 can of Krylon lacquer, and you get a pretty nice finish. Doesn't cost a lot of money. You'd probably do a whole guitar with like 1 can of this and maybe 2 cans of lacquer. So you'd have like, cost you like $9 to finish a guitar, and like comes out like a satin black kind of a look. It's not bad. I did one that way. One of my experimental builds I later took apart, that was the assault rifle guitar. But anyway, yeah, so, okay, this is, I'll paint it up, give it a few minutes to dry. Take the tape off, and then it's on to drilling the pilot holes and installing the screws, and that'll take care of it for the lock nut install. And hopefully, once I peel it all back, it'll look okay. So, I'm pretty confident. I mean, you know, the only other thing I can do is like fab up some sort of a wood insert and glue it in there. But I've gone this route before, and it's, you would think that this is going to be noticeable as hell, but it's not that bad. So wait and see. I'll be back. Okay, I just took a look, and this video is running at 16.5 minutes. I'm going to still give this a few minutes to dry, so I'm going to end this part here, and in the next video I'll have the unmasking. Until then, everybody have a good one.